we've been duped, we've been lied to say that, we've been told Christianity is a white man's religion. That's a lie. Christianity, or being a follower of Christ or the way, is actually, it was a way of worshiping the true and living God. First by brown-skinned people.
See, people, and you know what? That's a good point.
By brown-skinned people.
That's a good point. Because right now we say Christianity is a white man's religion. Right. Even though we know where they get that from. Meaning, once we were brought here,
slavery,
they threw it to us.
Right.
But you saying
they distorted scripture. They weren't speaking the truth about scripture.
Right. And you
they were using it to enslave us. But scripture has always been used from the first century, especially the New Testament scripture, always used to free people.
Right.
But you have people of European descent using it to enslave.
Right.
Because it was all about money. Money was their God. But back to
the foundation
point I was making
which was dope.
Is, many say, well, Islam. And I'm not speaking against it. Islam is a religion of black people or brown-skinned people. It wasn't. That's an afterthought. And again, I'm not putting down Islam. But if we want to know the truth, being followers of Christ, being followers of Elohim, God, Yahweh, that's the way of worship. That's the original way of worship for brown-skinned people. And we got historical data to back that up.
Hey man, you know what?
And I want us to sit down so that we can.
Hey man, that was dope.
But we can talk about that.
But check this out. What you just said, you just gave the full proof definition of what Islam means. See, we're taught Islam means total submission to the will of God. Mm-hmm. That's why it don't have an original birth date. That's what we're taught. That's the teaching that you get, right? And that's you just bear witness to that.
Sure. And we can take it back to Abraham's son, or actually Jacob's sons. Okay. Or Abraham's son Isaac, and then going down to Jacob. Mm-hmm. Jacob had two sons. Right. He had Ishmael. No, I'm sorry. Isaac had two sons. Excuse me. Let me back that up. Isaac had two sons. He had Jacob and Esau. Mm-hmm. And from Jacob, of course, you get the Hebrew people. Mm-hmm. The people that God said the promise would come to. What is that promise? A relationship with God. A relationship that will last for all eternity. That's the promise by way of God's Spirit. But then you have Esau, which was, many would say that that's where you get the religion of Islam. You get the, but they're brothers. They were family. But one, again, is promised that all the nations would be blessed through him. And that was Abraham, Isaac, and then down through Jacob. The other was promised that God would bless him too. But he's not the one that the promise was made to, as far as the nations being blessed by God, having a relationship with God that would last for all eternity. Esau was, again, a family, but that's, many people believe, as people do some historical research and all that Esau is the progenitor or the producer of the Islamic religion, which again, it was, and again, not putting down Islam, but was a way for those coming from that perspective to get to God.
Let me ask you a question.
To have a relationship with God.
Let me ask you a question, man.
Yes, sir.
How is it that you, Pastor Ukali White, okay, how is it that you can build with Muslims with respect, knowing your information that you know, because you talk directly to,
sure,
you know what I mean? How can you vibe with me like that? Yeah, how can you do that? And you a Christian, and they say brothers like you and I can't coexist and can't build together. That's BS.
Well, because it's all about, we're all seeking the truth, right?
Right.
And this truth is not just information. Truth is a person. Truth is God. Truth, it became embodied, given the name Yeshua, Christ. And I know you're seeking the truth, just like I am. And we might be coming from two different perspectives, but what I believe is the truth brings people together. So two perspectives, I believe, will begin to merge into one. Because if we're truly seeking God, if we're seeking the truth, then He's not hiding. We're gonna know it.
That's a good point. Hey, listen, man, that's my man, Pastor Ukali White, black preacher.
Yes, sir.
Feel me before they kill me, y'all. Have some fun and get something done.